All right, here we go. Number one, thin potato chips. You think today's customers are picky? Back in 1853, George Crumb, a chef working at a fancy restaurant in New York, met a customer with the taste buds of a Gordon Ramsay upgrade. The man ordered fried potatoes, took one bite, and sent them back. Said they were cut too thick. George made another batch. Still rejected. Not crispy enough. He tried again. Nope, not salty enough. George said nothing. Didn't argue. Didn't rage. He just walked into the kitchen, sliced the potatoes thinner than a receipt, fried them until they could shatter glass, and sprinkled enough salt to summon Poseidon. Then served it with a look that said, "Eat it or leave it." Shockingly, the customer loved it, asked for more. Soon the whole restaurant wanted the same thing. And just like that, thin potato chips were born, not out of culinary passion, but pure spite. George wasn't trying to change the world. He just wanted to roast a toxic customer. Instead, he created a billion-dollar snack industry. The lesson? Sometimes you don't need inspiration to innovate. Just the right amount of irritation. Number two, ice cream cone. The 1904 St. Louis World's Fair had everything, from cutting-edge machines to homemade pastries. But it was also the scene of one of the greatest rescue missions in dessert history. A busy ice cream vendor suddenly faced the worst-case scenario in his line of work. He ran out of cups. No bowls, no containers, nothing. Just ice cream, a crowd of customers, and a deep sense of doom. Right next to him, a waffle seller was watching. Seeing the chaos unfold, he pulled the ultimate side quest move. He rolled one of his crispy wafers into a cone shape and shoved it into the ice cream guy's hand like, "Here, man, try this." Ice cream went in, customer took a bite, and their eyes lit up like they just saw aliens land. Most people think the ice cream cone was the result of years of culinary R&D. Nope. It was born because one guy ran out of cups and another guy got bored enough to roll a snack into a funnel. And from that moment on, humanity not only discovered how to eat ice cream without a spoon, but also learned a timeless truth. If something can hold food and be eaten, it's only a matter of time before it goes viral. Number three, microwave oven. In 1945, engineer Percy Spencer was working on radar systems for the military when he discovered something more powerful than defense tech. A candy bar in his pocket had melted, not from heat outside, but because he was standing next to a device called a magnetron, a microwave-emitting tube strong enough to make snacks surrender. Percy didn't panic. He did what any curious engineer would do. He grabbed some popcorn kernels to test, and they exploded. Popcorn burst out in front of him like the universe itself, whispering, "Dude, this is a microwave." He took the idea and built the first microwave oven, called the Radar Range. It was almost the size of a fridge, weighed like a washing machine, and cost as much as a used car. Nobody bought it. People thought it would cook their food and their internal organs. But over time, the tech got smaller, cheaper, and less terrifying. Turns out, it wouldn't give you an extra limb. Just reheat last night's pizza in 30 seconds. And from one melted snack in a pocket, humanity gained the one kitchen device that made laziness not only acceptable, but standard. Number four, super glue. In 1942, a team of engineers was trying to invent a new material for gun sights. It had to be clear, durable, and obviously not sticky. What they ended up with stuck to everything except the gun. They tossed it aside and labeled it a failure of emergency glue proportions. Nearly a decade later, someone revisited the formula and realized, wait a second, this stuff bonds like a stage 5 clinger. No heat, no drying time, and once it sticks, you're never getting it apart. And just like that, a forgotten reject became super glue. At first, people used it for household repairs. Then the military started applying it on the battlefield to seal up wounds. And eventually, millions of dads around the world used it to fix broken toys and pretend nothing ever happened. A product once ignored for being too annoying ended up saving every oops, just a little accident modern life has to offer. Number 5, X-ray. In 1895, physicist Wilhelm Röntgen was experimenting with cathode ray tubes in his lab when he accidentally discovered a strange light that could pass through cardboard. He tried placing all sorts of objects in the path of the beam. Eventually, he just called in his wife for convenience. She placed her hand on a photographic plate. He turned on the machine, and a few minutes later, both of them were staring at the image of her hand's skeleton like a death omen. That visual shock was the first time humans saw inside their own bodies without a scalpel. Röntgen had no idea what it was, so he simply named it X-rays. But doctors knew, and they jumped on it like someone just unlocked wallhack mode in a shooter game. Nobody meant to invent the X-ray machine. It all started with a man stumbling into a weird side effect, using his wife as a guinea pig. And from that moment, humanity discovered how to see through everything, from lungs and bones to swallowed sewing needles. Today, if you cough for too long, you get an X-ray. All thanks to one weird glowing accident in a forgotten lab. Number 6. Safety glass. In 1903, a French chemist named Edouard Benedictus was tinkering around in his lab when he accidentally dropped a glass flask from a high shelf. He braced for the usual mess and bloodshed. But surprisingly, the flask didn't shatter like every other piece of glassware on Earth. It cracked, but stayed in one piece, as if something was holding it together for emotional reasons. He investigated and realized the flask had previously contained cellulose nitrate, a kind of flexible adhesive solution. Even though most of it had evaporated, it left behind a thin film that kept the glass from bursting apart. Benedictus looked at that and did what any self-respecting scientist would do. He patented it and declared he'd invented safety glass. At first, no one cared. But once car accidents started turning people into automatic slicers, safety glass suddenly became a life-saving feature. Today, it's in cars, phone screens, even those sneeze guards at street food stalls. What seemed like a clumsy mistake turned out to be a turning point in the glass industry. And the gentle lesson here is, if you're too lazy to wash your lab equipment, sometimes the universe will upgrade you into an inventor. Number 7. Pacemaker. In 1956, engineer Wilson Greatbatch was building a device to record heartbeats. Everything was going fine until he accidentally installed the wrong resistor. Suddenly, the device stopped recording heartbeats and started generating them. And the rhythm it created just happened to match the human heartbeat perfectly. A normal person would have removed the part and fixed it. An inventor? He stared at it and said, "This isn't a bug, this is a breakthrough." He adjusted the circuit, tested it on animal heart tissue, and found that those small electrical pulses kept the heart beating steadily. What started as a heart monitor became the world's first pacemaker. It was originally the size of a small motorcycle battery, but within a few years, it could be implanted into a human body and went on to save millions of lives. A simple component mistake became a legendary invention. Once again, we're reminded that sometimes, when an engineer messes up, they're not creating failure, they're creating medical history. Number 8. Popsicle. In 1905, an 11-year-old boy named Frank Epperson was mixing soda powder and water in his backyard when his mom called him inside. He completely forgot about the cup he left out in the freezing night air. The next morning, Frank walked outside and did what any kid would do. Grabbed the stirring stick, snapped the icy cup in half, and gave it a taste. Shockingly, it was delicious. Even more shocking, the wooden stirrer had just become the most convenient handle of the century. Frank named it the Epsicle, after himself. Years later, his own kids told him the name was terrible and started calling it Popsicle instead. And just like that, the frozen treat industry was born. Not in a sterile factory, but from a forgotten cup of sugar water left out by a 5th grader. One careless moment and a failure to clean up became a $1 million invention. And once again, the universe reminds us, the greatest summer invention of all time wasn't made by an engineer. It was made by a kid who left his drink outside overnight. Number 9. Tea bag. In the early 1900s, a merchant named Thomas Sullivan in New York was sending tea samples to customers. Instead of using expensive metal tins like everyone else, he chose silk bags. Cheaper, but still classy looking. When customers received them, they assumed he was introducing a new brewing method. So instead of pouring the tea into a pot, they just dunked the whole bag into hot water. And surprisingly, that misunderstanding turned out to be incredibly convenient. No tea leaves to strain, no teapot required, no fancy rituals to follow. Just hot water and a casual drop. Customers started calling back, asking for more. Sullivan looked at the pile of orders and instantly realized he'd just invented the thing office workers would depend on for the next century. He didn't change the product. He just embraced the mistake and packaged it as the real deal. From a simple cost-cutting move, Sullivan created the lazy yet effective way to drink tea. And the tea bag was born not out of innovation, but from thriftiness, and a customer base that never bothered to read the instructions. That's all for today. Comment the one that fooled you the longest and subscribe if you want more brain bugs explained.